Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a while since we last connected and I hope you are all doing well. I want to express my gratitude for each and every one of you for your patience and continued support during this break. Your unwavering support and encouragement have inspired me to keep pushing forward, and I am truly grateful for the amazing community we have built here. Today, we are diving back into a topic that holds a profound significance, the enchanting poem Tonight I Can Write the Saddest Lines by Pablo Neruda. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Pablo Neruda is the great poet of Chile, Chile. Don't get confused. The pronunciation of this word is not child, but it is Chile. In Spanish, it is pronounced as Chile, but in English, its pronunciation is Chile. Chile is the name of a country in South America. Pablo Neruda, he is the great poet of Chile. He was a communist and a revolutionary poet. Pablo Neruda, a Chilean poet, diplomat, and politician who was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971. Tonight I Can Write the Saddest Lines is one of the most celebrated and original of the poems of Neruda. It is a monologue written in a confessional mood, lamenting the loss of love of a jilted lover. The lover contemplates the natural world, the night, the stars, the wind, everything that reminds him of his lost love. The night and the darkness match his sad mood. The lover confesses that tonight he is writing the saddest lines and thereby he is ritually killing his lady love with his pen, which becomes his mighty sword. Before discussing the poem line by line, I would like to read the entire poem for you. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. Write, for example, the night is starry and the blue stars shiver in the distance. The night wind revolves in the sky and sings. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. I loved her, and sometimes she loved me too. Through nights like this one, I held her in my arms. I kissed her again and again under the endless sky. She loved me sometimes, and I loved her too. How could one not have loved her great subtle eyes? Tonight I can write the saddest lines. To think that I do not have her, to feel that I have lost her. To hear the immense night, still more immense without her. And the verse falls to the soul like dew to the pasture. What does it matter that my love could not keep her? The night is starry and she is not with me. This is all. In the distance, women is singing. In the distance, my soul is not satisfied that it has lost her. My sight tries to find her as though to bring her closer. My heart looks for her and she is not with me. The same night whitening the same trees. We of that time are no longer the same. I no longer love her, that is certain. But how I loved her. My voice tried to find the wind to touch her hearing. Another's, she will be another's, as she was before my kisses. Her voice, her bright body, her infinite eyes. I no longer love her, that is certain. But maybe I love her. Love is so short, forgetting is so long. Because through nights like this one, I held her in my arms. My soul is not satisfied that it has lost her. Though this be the last pain that she makes me suffer, and these the last verses that I write for her. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. This poem has been taken from Pablo Neruda's collection of poems titled 20 Love Poems and a Song of Despair. This poem was published in Spanish in 1924 and then translated into English in 1969. When Pablo Neruda wrote this poem, he was just 19 years old. The collection, 20 Love Poems and a Song of Despair, describes the course of love, lust, and heartbreak. Tonight, I can write the saddest lines. The very first line, the opening line of the poem. In this line, the poet, a speaker, begins by declaring that he is capable of writing the saddest lines tonight. He expresses his emotional state and his ability to write about his sadness. Tonight, I can write the saddest lines. The speaker confronts the loneliness, the pain, the confusion of a breakup. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. Write, for example, the night is starry and the blue stars shiver in the distance. The poet speaker recalls the details of his love that is now broken. The poet here is trying to use a particular poetic technique which we call imagery. The imagery of the starry night is evoked here. Without his beloved, without the speaker's beloved, the starry night seems cold, and these blue stars, they shiver in the distance. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. For example, the night is starry and the blue stars shiver in the distance. The night wind revolves in the sky and sings. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. The night wind is personified here, as it is said to revolve in the sky and sing. It creates a sense of melancholy. The night wind revolves in the sky. The wind twirls around in the night sky, sounding like a song. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. I loved her, and sometimes she loved me too. Here, the speaker acknowledges his love, suggesting past passionate affection. I loved her, and sometimes she loved me too. The word sometimes here hints at a relationship that was not consistently reciprocated. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. I loved her, and sometimes she loved me too. The poet speaker here recognizes that there were moments when she loved him in return. Through nights like this one, I held her in my arms. I kissed her again and again under the endless sky. This couplet expresses the speaker's desire, his cravings for his lost love, and the pain and the suffering and the agony he feels in her absence. I kissed her again and again under the endless sky. This line, it depicts the intimate moments shared between them. The speaker recalls holding her in his arms and kissing her passionately under the vast night sky. She loved me sometimes, and I loved her too. How could one not have loved her great subtle eyes? These lines emphasize the mutual love between the speaker and his beloved. He reflects on irresistible quality of great subtle eyes. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. To think that I do not have her, to feel that I have lost her. Here, the poet is trying to recollect the past memories. He's trying to recall his love, his beloved, his lady love, his lady of dreams, and he expresses his current state of loss. Tonight, I can write the saddest lines. The poet has, repeated this line, the opening line of the poem. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. He has repeated the line 3 times in the entire poem, and this repetition reinforces the intense sadness the speaker is experiencing. He laments not having her, feeling the pain of losing her. To her, the immense night, still more immense without her. The night is described as immense. It becomes even more immense. It becomes more vast and overwhelming without her, in the absence of his beloved. And the verse falls to the soul like dew to the pasture. The writer here, just as the morning dew falls onto the grass, falls onto the green grass. Similarly, the words, the emotions, and the feelings of the poet seep into the soul, and verse falls to the soul like dew to the pasture. Here is the imagery. The imagery conveys a sense of tenderness. It also conveys a sense of vulnerability. So these lines highlight the absence of the loved one and the profound impact it has on the speaker. What does it matter that my love could not keep her? The night is starry and she is not with me. The poet speaker acknowledges the impermanence of his love and the fact that he was unable to keep the person by his side. What does it matter that my love could not keep her? He acknowledges that his love was not so powerful that it could have, keep the beloved by his side. What does it matter that my love could not keep her? The night is starry and she is not with me. The night is starry. Again, the word is used here. The poet speaker reiterates this imagery, starry night, contrasting it with the absence of his beloved. This is all. In the distance, someone is singing. In the distance. This is all. The poet has said what he needed to say. The poem, as if it is going to, come to an end. With the sense of finality, he states that this is all. This is all he has to say. In the distance, someone is singing. In the distance. Someone is singing, but in the distance. In the distance is used by the poet 2 times in the single line. And this repetition suggests a sense of separation. It suggests a sense of, sadness. The presence of someone singing serves as a reminder that life goes on. Despite his sadness, despite his misery, despite his current, pathetic condition, the world continues to move forward. The world is not going to cease. The various natural activities are not going to stop because of his sadness. There is still joy, there is still music in the world, even though he is, expressing the profound sadness. But still there is, the music, the joy present in the world. My soul is not satisfied that it has lost her. His soul is still yearning for the beloved, and he has, not found the peace, the satisfaction, and it underscores the depth of his emotional pain. My soul is not satisfied that it has lost her. My sight tries to find her, as though to bring her closer. Here, his sight His eyes try to find a single glimpse of the beloved, though he just wished to bring her closer. My heart looks for her and she is not with me. This line underscores the emptiness he feels in his heart due to her absence. The entire, here couplet, it reveals his desire to hold onto her memory and to keep her near in some way. The same night, whitening the same trees. We of that time are no longer the same. The night is just like the ones we used to share, the same moonlight making the same trees glow white. But we are different now. Here, the poet speaker, he confesses that the night is same, the sky is same, the stars are same, and the moonlight is same, which is, brightening the trees, and those trees are same. But one thing is certain, that they are different. They have changed. He acknowledges that, he reflects on the passage of time, and he acknowledges that they have changed. The poet speaker and his beloved have completely changed, in spite of the fact that everything there is, that is still same. Nature and the world continue their regular course, unaffected by his, by the lover's sufferings. The world is unaffected by the individual's sorrow. It's the same, but they have changed. There is an all, because they are far from each other now. I no longer love her, that is certain, but how I loved her. The poet speaker here claims that he declares that he no longer loves her. That is certain. The attachment here suggests the complexity of human emotions. There is the conflict in his emotions. He says that I no longer love her, that is certain, but how I loved her. My voice tried to find the wind to touch her hearing. It seems that he leaves the room for uncertainty. He leaves the room that, there is still the same feeling in his heart. My voice tried to find the wind to touch her hearing. The poet speaker says that his voice is trying to travel on the wind so that she could hear me, so that she could, feel the same pathetic feeling. Another's. She will be another's. The poet here says in clear terms that she will belong to someone else in future. He acknowledges that definitely she is going to become the love lady of some other person in future. Another's. She will be another's as she was before my kisses. It implies that she definitely will find a companionship with another person. Her voice, her bright body, her infinite eyes. He recalls the physical appearance of his beloved. Her voice, which is describing, as something very memorable. Her bright body. He also praises his, body, her bright body, her infinite eyes, and her eyes are infinite. He's trying to praise the bottomless depth of her eyes. I no longer love her. That is certain. But maybe I love her. He again expresses his conflicting emotions regarding his love. He states that certainly that he no longer loves her, perhaps indicating that he has come to terms with the end of their relationship. Then immediately follows it with the phrase that maybe I love her. And so he, suggests doubts remain there. Love is so short, forgetting is so long. Here is the most famous quote of Pablo Neruda. Love is so short and forgetting is so long. Love, it took a few moments to fall, to fall from the grace, to fall in love. But forgetting is so long. Forgetting feels like an eternity. And here, the emotions associated with the loved ones, it can be a great, task to forget. It can be an arduous journey. It can be a challenging ways to forget someone. Love is so short, but no doubt love is very short. It took few moments to fall in love, to love someone, but it can take entire life to forget someone. Because through nights like this one, I held her in my arms. My soul is not satisfied that it has lost her. His soul is still aching there. His soul aches with the loss of his love. Though this be the last pain that she makes me suffer, and these the last verses that I write for her. In the final couplet, the concluding couplet, the poet is trying to reveal that he is composing his final verses, which are dedicated to her. This last couplet signifies closure. It signifies an end of the emotional, of the physical, and the creative process the speaker has undergone. Here it shows the power. It shows the power of love. How it can, compel a person to compose the verses, to write, to express his emotions by using, to purgate his emotions by using the simple words. Though this be the last pain, and she makes me suffer, and these the last lines that I write for her. Throughout the entire poem, the poet uses nature image and symbolism to express the lost love. Words such as the night is shattered and the blue stars shiver in the distance. The lover says, my heart looks for her. At the same time, he says, she loved me sometime. This tone is repeated in an opposite style. Like, I loved her, and sometimes she loved me too. Thus, he confesses that their love was not genuine or sincere. But he again confesses that her love gave him maximum pleasure. That's why, even when she left him to become another man's beloved, he says, my sight searches for her. My heart looks for her. My voice tries to find the wind to touch her hearing. But the beauty of their love reaches when the lover confesses, love is short, but forgetting is so long. Thus, the love poem reaches universal level. Pablo Neruda gives all of us our love poem, which we hug to our heart with great satisfaction and whisper every line of it in our solitude. This is genuine love poem meant for every human being who is born to love and be loved. It was all for today. Thank you for your kind patience. Allah Hafiz and take care.